With Ring cameras and doorbells, it's easy to keep every fright in sight. See who's there. Keep your scaredy cats company.
Oh, it's okay, sweetie. I'll be home soon.
And protect your crypt from the real monsters.
Oh, come on. The sign says take one.
Find dead simple ways to stay connected right now at ring.com.
Imagine what's possible when learning doesn't get in the way of life. At Capella University, our game-changing FlexPath learning format lets you set your own deadlines so you can learn at a time and pace that works for you. It's an education you can tailor to your schedule. That means you don't have to put your life on hold to pursue your professional goals. Instead, enjoy learning your way and earn your degree without missing a beat. A different future is closer than you think with Capella University. Learn more at capella.edu.
This is Optimal Finance Daily. 9 Ways to Free Yourself from the Trap of Consumerism. Part 2 by Trefzger of MaximumGratitudeMinimalStuff.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome back to Optimal Finance Daily, where I read to you every single day of the year, sometimes longer posts, which is the case today. It's actually a continuation from yesterday. So if you haven't done so already, I'd recommend listening to yesterday's episode first. But if you're all caught up, then let's get right back into it and hear part 2 as we continue optimizing your life. 9 Ways to Free Yourself from the Trap of Consumerism. Part 2 by Trefzger of MaximumGratitudeMinimalStuff.com. Number 2. Make it harder. Shopping can be fun. We enjoy those dopamine hits that come as we anticipate getting a reward. And if the item we want to purchase is on sale, the pleasure can be even greater. Our decision to buy happens in a split second. Want to be more intentional? Make it harder to shop. Unsubscribe from the email lists and sales notifications. Remove your credit card details from websites and stop carrying one in your wallet. And stop browsing in tempting stores. You could decide to buy only used items, which shrinks your options and makes the hunt more difficult and more rewarding when you find what you need. Decide to buy clothes made only from recycled or organic materials. Buy food, cosmetics, cleaning supplies, and more that are sustainably and ethically produced. With these requirements in mind, your typical trip to the big box store may become less tempting than usual. Number 3, reconsider media consumption. Several studies link media consumption with increased materialism, and that makes sense. The vast majority of media are owned by for-profit corporations. Whether TV, movies, radio, print media, or social media, they make money by selling advertising, and the purpose of advertising is to sell you products. So the more media you consume, the more you'll be tempted to shop. Celebrities and other influencers make owning all of those products look wonderful and life-enhancing. Of course you want to join in, if only to look like all of your peers. Does this mean you shouldn't consume any media? I'm not suggesting that. But become more aware and thoughtful. If you reduce the time you spend immersed in those platforms, you'll also reduce feelings of envy and desire. Number 4, declutter to discover the truth. Think back to the last time you moved house. Did you have to pack up much more than you expected? Did stuff just keep appearing out of drawers, closets, and other storage areas like scarves from a magician's sleeve? The amount of clutter you have betrays your consumption habits. Instead of waiting to move, declutter now. Reveal your temptations and behaviors so you can start to manage them better. Number 5, extend the lifespan of your things. This might start with resisting the desire for that new handbag or pretty dinnerware, but it continues with proper cleaning and storage, maintenance, repair, reuse, and upcycling. If you have the skills to darn your sweater or paint your furniture, you might be doing this already. Maybe you have a handy friend or relative who will be happy to do bicycle tune-up or help you upstyle some thrift store clothes. Or you can pay a professional to re-heel your shoes or refurbish your old iPhone. Respect your useful possessions, reduce consumption, and benefit the environment too. Number 6, say no thanks. Your friend offers you their pasta maker. You get a secret Santa gift from work. Your insurance agent gives you a calendar. Your child gets a cheap toy with his Happy Meal. The school fundraiser provides a free t-shirt. What's the downside of freebies? After all, these are generous acts. And if the item adds value to your life, then you can accept the kindness. But saying yes to things you don't want or need adds to your clutter and sets a pattern for adding more stuff without thought. So change your default response. Give yourself time to consider before you automatically say yes. Number 7, practice one in, one out. The idea of one in, one out is not to let you go on shop, declutter, shop binges. It doesn't mean you should buy new home decor, only to donate that and buy all new stuff next year. This demonstrates a spending problem that keeps you in debt and generates huge amounts of waste. I was stuck on this merry-go-round myself for quite a while. But once you declutter and create a designated spot for each of your belongings, one in, one out becomes more useful. For example, before you decide to buy new shoes, look at your shoe storage situation. Do you have space on your shoe rack for a new pair? If not, you need to create space by getting rid of an existing pair. This can help you decide if buying is a worthwhile decision. You no longer keep adding things you can't accommodate. You become more intentional about what you bring into your home because you'll probably have to get rid of something else first. Number 8, change what you splurge on. Instead of treating yourself to fast food, fast fashion, made in China home decor, or yet another tech gadget, spend your money on an experience. Go out to dinner at that new highly rated restaurant. Buy tickets to a concert you'll enjoy and remember. Or save up for a trip to somewhere you've been longing to visit. Stop wasting money on impulse for a quick thrill and get satisfaction from anticipating a chosen and planned for luxury. And number 9, choose generosity. Being generous not only meets the needs of others, but it does some great things for you too. Helping others has been linked to increased self-esteem, longer life expectancy, lower stress levels, less depression, and overall happiness. Why not redirect at least some of the money you spend shopping for stuff you don't need toward meeting real needs in the world? Do a 30-day buy nothing challenge with a friend and donate some of the money you save to a favorite charity. Sponsor someone in their fundraising walkathon, jogathon, bikeathon, etc. Or give up just one thing for 30 days. Starbucks, alcohol, clothes shopping, a streaming service, etc. Calculate how much you'll save and divert that money to your local homeless shelter or food closet. I think you'll get more satisfaction and sense of purpose from generosity than you ever get from shopping. You just listened to part 2 of the post titled 9 Ways to Free Yourself from the Trap of Consumerism by Karen Trefzger of MaximumGratitudeMinimalStuff.com. And I'll be right back with my commentary. Buy low, sell high. It's easy to say, hard to do. For example, high interest rates are crushing the real estate market right now. Demand is dropping and prices are falling, even for many of the best assets. It's no wonder the F.I.R.E flagship fund plans to go on a buying spree, expanding its billion-dollar real estate portfolio over the next few months. You can add the F.I.R.E flagship fund to your portfolio in just minutes and with as little as $10 by visiting fundrise.com/OFD. That's FUNDRISE.com/OFD. Carefully consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the F.I.R.E flagship fund before investing. This and other information can be found in the fund's prospectus, at fundrise.com/flagship. This is a paid advertisement. I've found that the less materialistic I am, the more idealistic I get to be. When I came to realize that the best things in life are free, like meaningful connections, nature, and creative expression, it became much easier to deconstruct a lot of my consumerist conditioning. Instead of striving to accumulate more, I focus on what truly brings joy and fulfillment. This opens up the potential to spend less time earning money and more time with friends, family, creative pursuits, and hobbies that nourish my soul. I've also found that self-imposed frugality is far more pleasant than when it's forced upon you by external forces. Reducing expenses because of a job loss or a reduction in income can feel like deprivation, creating a sense of scarcity and stress. However, when I willingly chose to cut down my expenses while still making a good income, I discovered an abundance mindset. This choice allowed me to tap into a state of creativity and resourcefulness in meeting my needs. As a result, when I eventually quit my job and my income dropped by $100,000, I saw no noticeable change in my lifestyle. I was already living frugally, but more importantly, I was thriving in that simplicity and enjoying it every step of the way. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you for being here and listening every day. And I'll see you tomorrow with more Optimal Finance Daily, where your optimal life awaits.